Alright, we have another game. Yeah, can you hear me? Are we good to go? Yeah, I might have to leave for like 2 or 3 minutes. The game will be running. I'll just stop commentating for a little bit. Only like a minute or two. Okay, let's begin. Hey, another game of the tournaments. This time we are playing on 2v2 plus 8 watchers. Now, on the top of the map, we have no one else than Sicilian playing as Yellow ED and Guardian playing as Red LC. On the bottom left, Winter as LC, and we have Ajack, I guess, as UCS. Sorry if I butchered your name. And there we go. It seems Guardian is going for the casual mine and research center opener. A mirror play from Winter, although he's already having a battery, so he is playing with a battery. When it comes to UCS, we see a casual startup, nothing crazy, a little interesting setup, but first the refineries, and then termites send right to work right away. When it goes to Sicilian, us playing as ED, space already set up, working on the first set of mines. Second lab from Guardian. Winter already on 3 labs, focusing on the research, but he has no economy, it seems. Just one of those mines down. Meanwhile, Guardian decided to put more money on the cash, get more mines going. And here we've got the third research center. Almost waiting for to be given more orders. He could be building more refineries in the bottom, I think. Yeah. Or is he building some towers in case of a rush? Yes, that's what he is doing. We have a single turret. Yeah. They really don't want Guardian to rush them, it seems. Guardian is going for a safe build. He doesn't seem like he's gonna rush them at all. He's just putting his upgraded mines now. 6 solar panels. Typical stuff. Meanwhile, Winter is putting down his own mines. He actually only had 2 standard ones, and then wait for the upgrades. Okay, good. Right. We have an interesting anti-rush defense by Ajax. He's out of cash. That's the thing. He doesn't have any more refineries. Like, I don't think you should be that afraid of a rush. If you are, you can always scout. If you think your opponent is the type of player that's gonna rush a bit, hold on, then you can just simply make one single scout on the map and put it on the battlefield to basically see if they're a sneaky factory producing some lunars. But committing like this, it's a good setup, but his economy is gonna struggle. Okay, Winter placing down more mines. He wants to secure those resources at home first. Meanwhile, Guardian, first pop down. That's nice. He's gonna start producing those moons. Sicilian, he finished his setup, sweating, rotating all the mines and refineries. He's done. He can take a little breather, add more labs, and he's on his way to secure more resources. Guardian, he probably is already producing some units. See what kind of a moon it is. Is it gonna be a rocket moon, or is it gonna be an electric one? I think Guardian could have moved his scout to see what their enemies are up to. Yeah, Winter already 2 flaps down. Yeah, that's really good. He basically maxed out on mines. And he got the typical 4-4-2 two farms, 22 factories. Yeah, that's good. He actually gonna be on top of the production, both of the teams. Sicilian putting down some factories down, just 3. Now he's out to securing these resources outside of his base. Guardian adding up another factory. And is it a rocket moon? That's a rocket moon. I don't know if you really want a rocket moon against the UCS, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna switch. Unless he's expecting Ajax to go fighters, but I don't think that will be the case. Oh, let's see. Or factories for Winter. Yeah, he have a really strong build, it seems. Quite balanced when it goes for the economy. And seems like he's adding two mines, two factories. He's gonna struggle with power quite soon. Yeah, this battery is almost empty. If it's not empty by now. He needs to put one more battery or it's gonna be out of power soon. I don't know if he realizes that. You can see how much power the battery has of someone's by seeing he have like 3 little arms that they open and you can see this red lights shining through. And when they're all folded like this, it basically means it's almost out of power. It's like a little animation. I think he realized that. Yeah, I'm not sure if you've had a blackout, but yeah, like you see this fresh battery, it has like those arms that are slowly going towards the middle. And each arm is probably like 33.3% of the battery life. Anyways, do we see anything? Yeah, it seems the Guardian has 5 factories. Meanwhile, Sicilian. Oh, he's in a bit of a trouble. That's the first moon from Winter, the electric one, and he's already dealing some damage. There's another one. He could be actually focusing those Palmiers. These electric moons are really strong against them. He's gonna lose them, but there's another 3 moons going. It seems like Guardian is sending his own units, his own moons, but Ajax already had a really nice setup. He actually managed to get back on the track really fast. Termites already mining outside of his base, and he had quite plenty of factories already down. It's not in a bad spot. Winter adding another battery. Some more factories. He's still actually on the top of the production. I'm not sure. I think he has 1 or 2 more factories more than Guardian at the moment. Sicilian is a little struggling because yeah, those electric moves from Winter, they do a lot of harassing right now. There's not much on the bottom. Like I think the Guardian should commit to help his ally because if this Gross gets disabled, Sicilian's gonna be in a lot of trouble. All those moves can just really get all the IGAs down, and there'll be a lot of denied mining. Cards and building. Oh yeah, there we have the lasers. Yeah, those lasers left. They don't have shields. He should have shields by now. And yeah, on the other side, hardly he already has shields on this move. So yeah, he's gonna actually grab those shielded electric moons, I think. Yeah, Ajax already has spiders. I don't know if he's going for plasma or doesn't have shields either. Yeah, both of the players they don't have shields. They should put some shields on by now. The 8 on the mark, you definitely should have at least shields level 1 research. And those moons are just securing the middle first from Guardian. And yeah, Winter cannot do anything because he doesn't have shields. Still. Oh, I think I saw the first few moons with the shields on. That's good for a change. And yeah, that just blocks some time for Sicilian to get back in the game. Seems like Guardian is actually one of those LT players that they lead the gaps and they don't close out the base. So that's really prone for any kind of the moon rundown. So if your enemy decided to, I don't know how I feel about putting those silent power plants so close to the battlefield. You usually want them in a safe spot. They're really squishy, and if any of those players just decide to just run a few moons instead of the base, that's gonna be that could hurt. You're not supposed to use your silent power plants to block off your base. Much better to put them inside of your main base or somewhere behind your factories. But meanwhile, all those electric moons, despite having no shield, they're pushing through, and the sheer of mass is just overwhelming the enemy because Guardian Sicilian doesn't have any units out on the battlefield yet. He was forced to build more loadouts to do anything. Keep his production up because he only had one and he got disabled. And meanwhile, Guardian lost all of his units, so he could not defend. All the electric moons, I mean, I don't know, he's using all those electric moons to just simply run into the lasers and die because they had no shields. Simply got heated up to death. There's some more going, and huge silent power plants for Guardian. It's actually running on batteries for a very long time. And it seems that Winter is finally putting some of the symbol factories down to put in front of his excellent power plants. Ajack building more and more factories. Interesting choice of building them this way. Maybe he was thinking that they're gonna like meet halfway through, but then Winter decided to just close the base up. So just yeah, that's an interesting setup, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it seems it's not that much damage done by Winter. I'm Sicilian already having lasers on. That's some heavy lasers, so those could actually take some beating from those moves. I don't think he's dealing any more damage. And that'll be it. He probably should have just focused on Tygas and just using those moves to do pretty much nothing. They're just dying. I mean, they got two Tygas down. Oh, well, here comes Ajax with all of his fighters, and yeah, they're being surrounded by rocket moons. So yeah, actually, it seems like Guardian knew that Ajax is gonna go spiders. Like he was going for the rocket moons against UCS, and he was ready to counter all these spiders. Maybe Ajax usually when he plays UCS, he only plays Plasma, or he actually knew that's what Ajax is gonna go for. And yeah, those spiders, despite so many of them, just got cleaned out by all those moons. Yeah, those rocket moons are actually doing a really good job. And we have moons 3 already out with max shield. Yeah, that's really good. So far he counters both of the enemies with those the position of units. Meanwhile, Sicilian, second upgrade on the heavy lasers. He's already building a nice laser ball, and that's I don't know, with playing against lasers, I don't think you want to be on the offensive because lasers are so good defensively. You kind of just want to make sure the enemy doesn't get too many lasers down, and they just want to reduce their unit count. So actually saving all those moons saving all those moons for Winter would be probably a little better. Trying to cut down the number of the laser types. Yeah, just running them down into the face, but no way he can deal some damage. And nobody is just going to the side resources. He should have moved all those moons just to prevent them from mining those side resources. Ajax already taking this. It's actually already mining from all of them. Yeah, he knows the little trick as UCS to just put some towers down and they're just gonna block the path. But actually, yeah. He already knows he's got his base secured. And now then rocket moons, and we actually see a switch for plasma. Plasma Panthers. Ajack, and yeah, it's an interesting choice because Plasma wouldn't be the best weapon against the moons at all. You really wanna. He probably should have just switched to cannons after seeing all the rocket moons. Because those moons, even though they're just rockets, they can really take on those tigers. Unless he manages to build up a really nice army. But now if he loses them all, then he's just gonna keep being on the top. Let's see. Oh, I think he heard me. I think Winter+Ajack heard my call, and he sent some of his moons into the side resources. That he's actually taking care of that as well. And here we go, the first heavy craters by Winter. That's gonna be a little bit of a game changer, but I don't know if they actually could deal alright against those moves, but I don't know if I feel like playing craters against lasers. I think probably plasma moves would have been a better idea. Just to increase the amount of HP you have and units. The more units you have, the lasers, the bigger the problem for the lasers to destroy your units, because usually lasers wants to focus on one unit at a time. So moon spam would probably be a better idea. And then if Ajax went for cannon hunters, that'll be really good too. But we'll see how the turn is gonna turn out. It seems the Winter taking his resources on the side of the map, and Sicilian has managed to save his mineral expansion. Guardian already took his, secured the base, silo, working the terrain. Yeah, all those craters are nice, but against that many moons, I don't know. Yeah, Ajax really needs to get more units going. I don't think that amount of factories is enough. How many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20. Well, I actually probably have around 30, so it should be fine. Get fine, even boiling off the Alex place. No, that was actually just gave him a bullet of Mammoth. Okay, we see some kind of an offensive. It seems Sicilian was a little bit away from the battlefield, so all this moon is just being shredded by all the electric damage from plasma and electric craters and plasma hunters. The lasers are here now, and he had quite plenty of them. He can start basically just focusing down on all those craters one by one. And that's the problem. Like, I hope Winter has some questions. He probably should be researching questions now, because lasers are really bad against buildings, and questions will be really good against those moons too. So, I mean, the Guardians would really save the game there. Gonna do it. We should see some Guardians. You know, that'll be a really good play if you reset those. But yeah, now they're in a bit of a trouble. Like, this amount of lasers can actually just kick the enemy units one by one. And they don't have any shielded units, so just the moon spam is just taking all the damage, meanwhile the lasers are just picking all the units one by one. Actually, really nice composition. I like that. But it seems they have no lights off yet. Nighttime. Some of them probably should have turned the lights off, and I think probably I don't think they want to commit to that. They should probably turn the lights off and try to deal with this moon. But it seems Sicilian lost off his army and he's losing the momentum. He should send. He already have some units ready. to the center of the battlefield. Oh, there's a lot of banners. I mean, I guess it's not too many. Room count is being shredded down a little. Nah, rather trimmed. He's adding more and more factories. Guardian, that is. Yeah, quite big number. So he probably is definitely gonna focus on the moon production. Interested if, yeah, I think we're gonna see a plasma switch for the moons. They're going electric now. I was just gonna say, is he gonna go and switch to the plasma ones? Because, yeah, they're both going for heavy units, so that'll be actually really good. The both electric, if he goes for plasma moons, then he's gonna counter them as well. But no guardians. The battlefield, you have some nests, so maybe there is hope of some. Doesn't seem he's researching any rockets though. Maybe those nests were placed down a long time ago. No, it seems like he didn't research rockets. Oh. Yep, Ajax is pushing. You have a lot of units at home. You should probably selling those to fight. Because, yeah, those hunters, sure, they're quite tanky, but the electric moon's already there and they're gonna get overwhelmed. He's gonna lose all those hunters if they don't pull them back. So. Syrian is coming to back him as well. He should be doing the same thing that Winter is doing. Turn the lights off, pull back a little. I think Winter realizes that and he's like, okay, I need to help him. Okay, he finally sending more units. Yeah, I think, yeah, we finally have some defensive guardians, just in case. It's a really close fight. It seems, I don't know why he's retreating. I don't think he should be retreating, he should be pushing. Oh, we have screeners. This is a really bad, I mean, not really bad, but quite bad for the LC player. I mean, he doesn't have enough screeners, so it's open. I think that'll be the game because, yeah, they don't have many units. They don't have units to defend, and they're just slowly pushing and overwhelming them. You see some nests being dropped down on the Sicilian base. Yep, Winter had a really strong early, and he managed to get back in the game. Many clones of the unit count because those runes were quite strong early. Okay, we see some offensive bastions now. Now we have a proper base road. Ajack slowly and slowly getting inside the enemy base. Yeah. Where are all those players? I think we misclicked them somewhere on the map, and I'm not quite sure what he's moving them. I think it was just a misclick. Some of his army just going back to his base. So I don't see anything in their base that they need to defend for. I have no idea. Must have misclicked. Yeah, he's just slowly picking on the factories now. And Guardian actually defending for quite a long time, I'm not gonna lie. But to be expected from that spam of moves. But yeah, Sicilian, he's pretty much dead. But like his lasers cannot do much. And look, all those little nets all around his base, they are just taking the armor for all those lasers. So basically, his units are not taking any damage. That's a really good play to dropping some nets down. Even Bastions will be even better, but yeah, doesn't really matter. Lasers take really much context for buildings. Top here is the reinforcement buff. Going behind the enemy lines. Factories. And yeah, I think that's gonna be the game. Ajax is BMing. Gonna rude and mean. Say that he's eating while he's playing. Yeah, he's in a pretty safe spot, so I don't blame him. He can probably hold it right now. Since his units tend to be enemy base and they're slowly. The Russo actually start to overwhelm those hunters. Not like that would probably, I probably would have saved them, but still, I just managed to get so many units. I don't know where they're coming from. It's really interesting. Raiders using Bastions as shields. Really good. You should probably put more Bastions on. Do it in your base. Let's see. No, you're just placing down more nests. I think they managed to defend. It's really interesting. They're slowly pushing. Gato decided like to push really hard right now. I think his reinforcements kicked in and all those lasers going back to deal with those nets, but I don't really know if that's what he wants to do. Guardian is just losing his factories a lot. There's not much he can do to defend, really. He was really busy spamming the nest instead of the base, just in case they get base drop. Cecilia just been back and forth inside of his base to destroy the nest, and by the time he gets back, Winter is already destroying more and more of his factories, so he manages to get more and more laser units out in the battlefield. So this is actually really good for him. He's been stuck in massive amounts. Maybe they would be even able to defend somehow. Although Ajax is just shredding Guardian's base, there's not much he can do. Yeah, those bastions are being dropped on the resources on the left-hand side as well. You know, prevent Guardian from denying more income. I think he's putting more factories down, but he is only on like what, 5 factories left? Maybe 7, but this number is really quickly decreasing of all those plasma hunters that are literally just shredding every single building in space. Yeah, I think Guardian is done for. Sicilian, I think he realizes that it's like trying to help his ally. He managed to defend himself, and now we have another more Guardian drops inside of the EV base now. Yep, some Bastion Wars. It's out the resource fields from the left hand corner. Well, those lasers are trying to deal with those hunters, but there's too many hunters. They cannot get a nice surround and focus fire them down, and Winter is already pushing, and Ajax is just at 2 months right now. The UCS economy is so overwhelming, but he just keeps continuing more and more and more units. Yeah, I think over the game number 1. Seems the UCS just had too many hunters down. Yeah, Sicilian just lost his units as well now, and yeah, I guess that'll be the game. They don't have any production. Sicilian only have a few factories left. Winter is just dropping everywhere with the nests and bastions, and yeah, I guess that'll be the game. They might try to make it the last stand, but they are going down for sure. Yeah, but playing against UCS Plasma, you really should move your units a lot as well. And yeah, it's kind of interesting how all those rooms managed to lose to Hunters. There we go, that's the game number 1. I presume so. Yes, I'm wrong. Yep. And for your left. Surrendering, that's a GG. Okay, the next map is the Rust Box. Find that map. There we go. Yep, that will be it. Need to move myself. Post, post, post. Here I go. And Guardian with Sicilian and Winter with Ajax. But I think other way around, is it? Yep. And that's the setup. Already? Game number 2. It's on the map Rustbox. Guardian SLC, Sicilian as ED, Ajax SLC, and Winter SLC. They're going for the LC combo, and let's begin. I'm playing as UCS. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so let's begin the next game. Let me do the casual introducing to the enemy team. Let's start with Guardian in the top left corner. He's starting with a casual. That's actually an interesting startup with the mine. Then top right corner we have Sicilian as red ED. Bottom right corner we have Winter as LC battery opener, and this is rather interesting. I think Ajax just makes up his build order. He plays down 2 batteries. That's not good because those batteries are not giving you any power unless you have at least one energy power plant. I mean, power plant like solar panel plant. So he's actually out of power. He messed up his build. Make sure you don't place down 2 batteries at the start, guys, when playing a LC. Anyways, moving on. Second research lab. And 2 mines already down for Guardian. Another mine going down as well. Sicilian securing his first resources. Meanwhile, Winter, let's see what he is up to. Already 3 research centers, putting down some solar panels. Waiting for the... Yeah, I think Ajax realizes. He realized his mistake. He had no power. He's putting more and more units. He will probably wants to... Yeah, we all saw that, Ajax. We all saw that. We all saw that he didn't put down the solar power plant first, and... Yeah. That's why you really want to have some shortcuts. And the first building usually you just put down, it's a power plant. And when I'm playing, my shortcut for the power plant is Z. And I always start with Z. Whatever race you're playing, the first building you put down is gonna be the Z. Me, at least, or the power plant, whatever is your shortcut. But that's really good, like to get on the habit to just start with this one button. You never can go wrong with it. Well, yep, he will get back into the game, but he's gonna be a little behind Guardian, that's for sure. Both on research and resources. Because I'm pretty sure that he's forced to put those unupgraded mines. It's quite bad for him. Meanwhile, Sicilian closing off his hard mining contraption. That's what I'm gonna call them now. The ED players who just have this really overcomplicated ED mining contraption builds setups. Bottom right, Winter. Let's see what's Winter's up to. He's just putting down more and more lines, making sure he gets all the resources secured. Not really much happening. We don't see any factories out yet. Definitely another one from Ajax because he's a little bit behind. And I think Ajax just blocked his resource field. Yeah. Do you guys see that? Look at Ajax base. Like those batteries and press Alt G. Those batteries are blocking 2 mines from being put down. You can only put 1 mine down now over there. You will need to sell it or auto-destruct. That's really bad. And we have a first factory down for Guardian. It's gonna be the one on the top of the production, you know? Although I'm pretty sure, yeah, there we go, Winter. But surprisingly, he's not putting down 2. Well, at least he can build 1 mine. That's yeah. Yeah, that's really inefficient. He's probably gonna realize that too later. This is not the end of the war. Winter, his first factory down, and let's see what's the second factory for Guardian at least. Since Guardian actually have a better opener game than Winter. Although let's see what the mine count. We have 8 mines for Winter. How many mines for Guardian? Yeah, 4, 10 mines already. 2 factories down. So yeah. Oh, then Winter adding more factories. Another 2 down. Meanwhile, Sicilian managed to take another resource patch outside of his base, putting down first 3 factories down now. And first factory for Asia. He'll be quite low on the energy too. No, he's fine. Looking on those batteries, they are on like, oh no, they actually no, they're probably on like 10%. Looking at them, yeah, they probably gonna run out of battery quite soon. Oh, but he's putting out first power plant, so that's good. He should put down like 3 or 4 now, just to be safe. Yeah, it seems Guardian already saw the rockets going, so he's gonna move his scout away just to keep an eye on him. That's good. We should pay attention to the scout so you can lose him early. It can give you really important information for what you're supposed to build. Yeah. First set of moons, the rocket moons for Guardian. Team's Winter, it's going electric. What Sicilian is gonna do this game? Is it gonna go for lasers again? He probably should already build some lasers down because he can expect Winter to do the same thing. And but this time, actually, Guardian already knows. He knows he's gonna play aggressive, so he's sending his moves over to the Winter. Check putting another style of power plant down. We should start putting more factories. He doesn't have that many. Since Guardian decided to pull back from his base. There's quite plenty of production going. And yeah, we have only 3 or 5 farmers. It seems he's going for lasers again because those farmers should probably be at least upgraded now. He's definitely going for cannons. It's building them to deal with the early moons. I think Winter should make a goal of like 6 or 7 moons and try to destroy all these farmers because yeah, they really counter farmers. The select moons. You just need a good compare on of units to get some nice DPS to do that. And all those rocket moves are actually dealing some damage in the Ajax base. I think they're both going for electric, so I'm interested how that's gonna turn out. He already snapped I think, two factories. Yeah, with all those moons. Oh yeah, I believe rocket moons are really good against LC. Let's see. Yeah, he's just using those moons, losing those moons. Yeah, that's not really good. You just want to send them down into the enemy base. Like, well, maybe this moon made it, right? And he's making all the other bombers to. No, actually, Cecilia is good with the Phonic Genius. He is not gonna let that happen. He has this one moon slip, but let's hope he's not gonna forget about it. And yeah, all those moons you see, like, they should be focusing all the spammers, like, one by one. They could probably just, those three moons, they probably could, like, destroy most of the spammers. When you're sending the units to harass, you really need to control. I missed something on the left-hand side. All the aggression from Guardian. He's using all those moons to try and snap some more factories down. In those moons, I'm gonna do some pretty good damage against this rocket. I mean, those electric ones. And he's not upgrading them yet. He's not putting any more shields down. We don't see the moon too yet. Maybe he's going for heavy units. I think I saw the moon too. I'm not sure. Yeah, on the right hand side, nothing really happening. Winter is just sacrificing more and more moon. For some reason, and I don't see any units from it. Yeah, we already have heavy laser down. So he's probably producing heavies now. Like he's only going for one build. The lasers. What's he doing? All this rocket moons having a major advantage. Yes, there's electric ones. So Guardian's in a really good spot. But Winter is in his base. What is going on? We see some Moon 3 for Guardian, but where's the shield upgrades? I don't think he wanted those shields down. I mean, Winter is in the same situation. He doesn't have a shield upgrades either, though. And Sicilian looks the strongest. I know. Actually, Guardian and Sicilian are both doing really good. Sicilian already having heavy units with heavy lasers on. I don't know what Winter is doing. Maybe he's going for heavy units as well, but I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, he should be going for like plasma moon spam right now. That'll be the play. For Winter. Meanwhile, Leon decided to attack, hope to deal some damage. And he should actually probably commit. I don't know what his shields are. Well, he doesn't have the shield upgrade, so for some reason, even though he's going against electric, and he's trying to snap more factories and he manages to get two more. That's another 5,000 resources wasted for Ajax. I think Ajax should switch to Crater by now. Electric Craters, that's his play. But I don't know if both of the players going electric Craters is good, because yeah, we see some Craters for Winter, but I don't know how I feel about it against lasers. He really should go for the moons. It seems that Guardian is pushing quite hard. All those moons. But yeah, Ajax is just, he doesn't really know what to do. Not building shield, but it doesn't really need to. Finally, some shield upgrades for Guardian. Yeah, he can just spam those moons, just rocket moons, and there's nothing Ajax can really do. I think Ajax is in a lot of trouble. If he's not gonna research some traders and build some traders anytime soon, he might actually lose. Sicilian is moving out as well. Winter only with a couple of traders is not gonna be able to deal with all those lasers. He's in a really bad spot as well. Definitely not good call, but you don't have heavy units against lasers. Like Ajax LC didn't work out that well either. Now all this rocket moon is just working on destroying factories now. I don't know how I feel about that though. He probably should be focusing down the moons. Ajax is putting some weapons. Some rockets, but unupgraded. So I don't know how I feel about that either. You see the shield upgrades, still not maxed out shields for Guardian. Oh, we should have had them maxed out, and yeah. I don't see any more craters for Winter. He lost them all those lasers. That had to be predicted, I'm not gonna lie, because yeah, those lasers are gonna counter heavy units, that's for sure. That's why the spam of light units like moons will be the best in that scenario. Yeah, those lasers are destroying all the craters that he has down Waterfield, and he's not retreating. Should definitely keep his units by his factory and try to group them up together. Meanwhile, Ajax is still trying to defend. Martin is just getting more and more and more moons. Not much he can do, really. I mean, he's still producing moons. Where are the craters? He should have be on craters by now. He's switching to plasma. Just... It's alright, but I don't know if that plasma is gonna do much. I think he realizes he needs to help Winter against those lasers. Or maybe you can see a switch. And that'll be a good play. That'll be actually a really good play. Those electric plasma moons will deal really good against those lasers. Those craters can deal with the rockets. That's a good call. Good switch by them. But there's not enough craters, that's the problem. Even so. Do you have a shield operate for? Yeah, you have a full shields and those craters, that's good. See some nests. Defensive nest. Guardian, isn't it? Yeah, they are doings. And yeah, the spam of the moves is just too much. All those freighters, I mean, I don't know where they're going, but they are definitely not helping the battlefield. He is going to cut down the reinforcement, which is still a good move, because all those moves that are going through the map can be destroyed by those freighters, but still. Sicilian is slowly moving his army towards Winter, but Winter already has some bastions now. That's good. At least you have some kind of a static defense against those lasers. It's going to be quite crucial later on. Yeah, those amount of lasers, it's really scary. So Ceylon got a really, really big amount of lasers, and that's getting slightly out of control. There's not much they can really do. Yeah, Winter doesn't have any much craters, and it seems that those few craters were on a mission to bring all the moons back home. They succeeded, slowing down Guardian's resource production. I mean, resource mining too. Meanwhile, plasma moons trying to snap down some laser tanks, and Winter is just pulling back towards his buildings. And yeah, those lasers are not doing that great against buildings, so those buildings can take a lot of beating from the lasers. Man, meanwhile, Winter can just focus them one by one. Those moves are cutting as well, so yes, Sicilian doesn't know what to do. He cannot deal much damage to the buildings, and sure, he can probably get all those traders down and focus them one by one, but not much he can do after that. The only problem is the Guardian is already advancing with all of his rocket moves again, so here is that. He managed to defend against those craters, and now he's gonna start working to get rid of the moons. Ajax struggling with his economy a little bit. I mean, he maybe not so much with economy, but he wasn't able to put as many factories down. Uh, yeah, it's just Barden is just spamming more and more moons. There's no stopping him. Ajax is trying to put his moons behind the buildings, just in case. Yeah, the only issue is like those bastions are not upgraded. You really should upgrade those bastions rockets, and yeah, I think they managed to look at the moons right inside. They actually did a lot of work. They just picked one by one, picked those tanks really, really nicely. And what is going on the left hand side? I think Ajax decided to just move all he had just to bring all the moons that the Guardian had bought. Ajax should really switch to some craters. That'll be really good against those moons. And now Ajax is like hunting those tanks down, those laser tanks. All those moons, they do a tremendous job against the tanks. I think Guardian has too much. Honestly, you have just too many units. Winter cannot build up his army. Those lasers are constantly just shredding his crater count, and those critters could probably easily counter all those moons that bug Guardian, but he just can't get the numbers up. Okay, hold on, guys, I'll go a bug. What did they miss? It seems that all the craters. Not that many craters left. Oh no, actually there's some craters fighting the moons. That's good. And Ajax, where's Sicilian? What is Sicilian doing? He's dealing with the bastions on the right hand side. And those lasers are not doing that well against the unit buildings. So he should probably try to help the Guardian. Because those craters can definitely do some damage against those moons. Those rocket moons, they don't deal that much damage to craters, and it's like there is a really big fiesta on the right hand side. Like it's crazy how many of those moons that Spartan have. Does he have a problem is I don't think he has any ammo. He's gonna run out of ammo eventually. Even with that amount of moon spam, I don't think he can keep up his ammo count. Look at the moons. Just click on them. Most of them are out of ammo. So they're not shooting. They're just there to tank the damage, but they don't deal any damage back. He has no ammo transporters at all, no resupply centers. So he should definitely go back. Like many of these moons are already out of ammo. They don't do anything other than just stand there. Sicilian is back. He managed to clear up the bastions, but not the mines itself. Seems like they managed to hold the line for now. Quite big amount of traders, but still, you don't want to trade those traders to lasers. They should switch. Ajax should go against the laser tanks, and traders should go against the moons. That's what they should do right now. The amount of the moons by Guardian is just insane. It's just so many of them. They should really focus on the lasers now because Guardian is out of ammo. Most of those moons are not even firing. So with all honesty, and did I see some craters? Yeah, I think he's actually switching to Electro as well. Yeah, building craters now. Mixed with moons. With rocket moons, that's interesting. He probably should commit fully to craters if that's what he's going for. I don't know how many those moons is. Well, it's probably good. It's probably good because of both of his enemies are going for electric weapons. But oh yeah, we have some base drop. We have a Guardian drop by Guardian. That's ironic. All those moves are falling back. I don't know, maybe Guardian realized I have no ammo and there's nothing I can do. You have some anti-air rockets. That's interesting. I wonder why. I don't see any air. Or is it just pushes? Yeah, I think that's it for touches. Just in case. Yeah, and I think Winter just lost his middle resources. And yeah, Guardian is just overwhelming, completely overwhelming the Ajax right now. And he still doesn't have bastions of his own. Like, if he had some bastions down against all those rocket moves, he would deal with them so well. So many empty moons, it's crazy. They're literally just there for emotional support. They're not there to fight. They have no ammo. They do no damage. They're just literally just to make Guardian's army look bigger and just giving emotional support to all his other units. That's all. And all those traders are thirsty for blood for the Mundes, but he should probably commit to that. I don't know why Key Winter is going back. Because those lasers, there's not that many of them, and they cannot do that much damage, honestly. Unless he's trying to fight, finally fight against, yeah, I think the right move will be probably to help his ally. Normally, Winter, they don't do much for now. Yeah. It seems Ajax is actually destroying just those moves with no ammo. Slowly picking them down because they don't do anything. I think it's a fresh wave of moves though. Yeah, he keeps producing the rocket moves. And Winter is not doing anything. I mean, he's actually sending some freighters to help it on. And leaving some at home to defend. But he could probably commit with all of his army and just move his whole army. He has some Guardians, enough Guardians to defend his base, and in case he needs it, he can just move back home. That's going on for now. Guardian just keeps spamming more and more units, sending them to the battlefield. He's already securing the resources, and we see actually some suppliers now. In the middle of the left-hand side, he built a sort of aerial supply center with and producing some mercury now. We supply his moons. Yeah, Ajax is not really capable of doing much. While Sicilian is just getting more and more tanks. Back. Commentary is back. I'm sorry, guys. I just have to leave for a second. And yeah, it seems like it seems that the Sicilians finally decided to fight all those raiders. And the Pasamons are still slowly regaining some. Actually, it seems like Winter put some Guardians down for Ajax, helping him out a little to deal with these moons. Really good. Oh. Can you guys still hear me? I presume so, but I have no sound in the game. So that's weird. Yeah, all those lasers are just spreading those craters, and if he's not really spreading them out either, focus firing. He'd be really focus firing those tanks. Ajax is struggling a little bit. It seems like Barton is still overwhelming with his production. He secured actually even Ajax resources, and he has some artillery down too. Seems like Ajax is trying to put some of Guardians of his own, but it's just too many Guardians already down for his opponent there. Not much he can do. Some wall drops to prevent attempts to attack. Thanks to lasers to attack his units, and then taking some aggro from those lasers. It seems Guardian was trying to push, but he didn't manage. All those Guardians from Winter are just guarding Ajax space now. Oh, yeah. And my dog is really mad at me for some reason. Obviously, she just wants to play. But anyways, yeah, there's more and more walls. It's down by Winter. Just trying to get more of those lasers from Sicilian to focus fire on those buildings. That's a really good play by him. And I think Mariano is just bunkered himself inside of Ajax base with this artillery, and Ajax cannot do anything. All this moon is just gonna get one-shotted by the artillery shells, and cannot really push back, and he's still on defense. The only chance of winning for them is just Winter somehow manages to destroy all those stacks down. He just needs to focus fire them down one by one. Get a nice full of units. Just needs to focus them. It's a little bit too shy, in my opinion, against them. Because he had the unit advantage, and he has the advantage with the buildings, with the defensive structures. You just need to put more walls down, and he will be able to destroy all of those tanks. Yeah, I think Cecilia realizes that he's actually just losing units. Just losing his army. So much he can do. Yeah, Winter managed to turtle down and yeah. I think Winter is gonna push. I'll be going for it. Although he honestly probably should help Asia at this stage. He is really struggling, and the moon production is not stopping at all. They just keep on coming and coming, and there's nothing you can do. He didn't switch to craters at all for some reason. He's still going plasma moons, which are they're good, but not against rockets. Not so good against rockets. So he should definitely switch for some craters. And this is bad. Winter decided to push, and he does have his army in one group, and Sicilian just came with screamers, and all the screamers are just gonna die now. That's pretty bad. It's sad to watch. I mean, they're still gonna deal some damage, but where is the screamer? I really want to find the one that is the tank. Okay, there it is. That's the screamer tank. I actually had it clicked for some reason. That was the only tank that I actually selected. That's interesting. He managed to save most of them. But yeah, Guardian is just pushing. Ajax finally have his bastions of his own. I don't know if that's gonna make that big of a difference. He should put more down, that's for sure, but definitely not where the enemy's rocket moons are. That's for sure. Winter is falling back. He probably would have get a win in that situation. He's in a good spot, even the advantage, and I think he's gonna get on the top of this fight, but is there a chance for Ajax? That's the question. It's more and more moons being produced, it's just constant spam of the moons, and Ajax is just struggling so much, he's just losing his factories, and he doesn't get the resources either. Like, he's probably running short on money as well. This game could really be in the Winter's game, Winter's hands. Oh yeah, he managed to drop some tanks down. That's really good. That's nice. Now he can actually get those tanks. He should be pushing with all of his army. Some of his army decided to stop for some reason. Okay, he's pushing. Yeah, he have a really large amount of units, and I'm surprised there's no base drops by now. I mean, I guess they're pretty defended. But I don't see any, no, we have some anti-air in the Winter's base. Ajax, not so much. Ajax still struggling. Still trying to defend, and Guardian is just not letting him breathe at all. No breathing space for him. No even He's denying all the factories as well. He's short on factories, short on money, and now he's just gonna get strangled by no income. I think that should be a time when Winter would switch sides and went to the left to help Ajax right now. He's just desperately trying to stay in the pen. There's nothing out. No, it's falling back. Maybe he's just trying to taunt Sicilian to follow him. Once the buildings, that'll be actually good play. Sicilian follows and roasting between the buildings, he can actually deal a lot of damage. I mean, Winter can get a lot of damage off from his unit, but it seems Winter is falling back for some reason. He should be really helping his ally right now. In my opinion, he has a really big amount of craters, and those craters could literally shred those moons. Maybe not shred because they still have a lot of shield, but they could definitely help Ajax, and he's in a really bad spot, really bad situation. Like, there's no many resources left for him. And Sicilian, he doesn't have many units either. He's losing his stance, and Winter so far is not punishing him for it. The moon fight is just insane on the right hand side. I think Sicilian is just desperately trying to push, but it's not gonna go in his favor. Yeah, I don't know why Winter's falling back. I think if he committed to that fight, he actually would have given it off, but you know, he's playing really defensively. They don't really have much time left. He's not using off his army. Most of his units are away. Just needs to find the screamers. think he decided to finally go help his ally. The Sicilian, I think he realized he cannot push. Finally, winter is coming. Brace yourselves, all the moons. Yeah, they finally managed to push Guardian back. He's retreating. All those plasma beam moons are going to deal with the laser tanks. That's what in my opinion, that's what they should have done a long time ago. Winter is actually going straight towards Guardian's base. That's really ballsy. That's really interesting. Yeah, all those moons, they cannot deal with those craters. They are too tanky for them. He managed to force the entire of Guardian's army to go back home. Now the platform was just picking up the laser tanks. And the tanks are being trapped by the laser walls. This is really good. It seems like the team on the bottom is getting back into the game. We're getting the momentum, and Guardian, even though he was spamming and constantly applying pressure on Ajax, he finally had to retreat, and yeah, all those moves are really struggling against all those players. Winter might actually get a surround on Sicilian's army. It seems Winter is gonna lose many of these traders, but he managed to completely overwhelm Guardian and break his offensive. Ajax is kind of sacrificing his moves now. So reasonable. He probably should have just switched with with Winter all together. Build the laser. Yeah, I don't know if that was the play by Ajax. Yeah, I mean, Winter done a really good job. And we see some air. We see some bombers from Sicilian. That could be a game changer. With the Screamers. It's a second wave of bombers. Oh my god, I missed them. Those graders are just running for their life. Yeah, those bombers. Oh god, this is really bad. That was such a good play by Sicilian to get some bombers out, and yeah, I mean, Winter had no anti-air over there at all to deal with these bombers. He's losing his army for free, and Guardian decided to. Well, he doesn't have any anti-air by his army. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, he doesn't have any anti-air on the battlefield. No Guardian in the middle. No Ness in the middle to support his attack to prevent basically that from happening. That's why it's always good to build some Guardians as you push. But finally, the Predators got back to safety. And Ajax, I think he lost his army, and now Guardian is just running over space. He is out of money. Pretty much all together. Only a few mines still mining just a little bit. Yeah, not much he can do now. Winter is trying to help his ally, while Sicilian is he managed to gather a really big army, so I don't think the bottom team can do much. And yeah, we still have artillery shells running down on Winter's army. So yeah, I think that will be it. I think that'll be the game. Sicilian managed to defend for long enough, and those bombers actually won them the game. I think he's saying that he could go on like this. I don't know if he could go on like this without a switch. Still building plasma moons against rockets. Next is doing some of the offensive. Winter is retreating back to trying to desperately defend his base, but I don't know if we can make it in time. But yeah, those laser tanks are not doing we should have used the artillery. Oh yeah, you. Yeah, he should. Arkham is done. He doesn't want the game to last any longer. Now the bombers inside of Winter's base, popping out those downs. No anti-air on the inside of his base. The game. I think it's stopping out. Game number 2, so we are on 1-1. GG.